Sir, with this year's summit dubbed as the Finance COP, how can the summit ensure climate finance reaches the countries most affected by climate change?
We are talking about the summit which is focusing on financing. It's a continuity for the consultation negotiations that happened in the previous summit. We are speaking about funding and compensation for the casualties that has occurred because of the climate change. The previous summit has been talking about a fund regarding the losses and for these states that has been suffering from hurricanes and floods. In the summit we are still discussing regarding that fund. The states are asking about their share, and they are being focusing on the 20 major powers that contribute with the most with the highest amount of emissions. So today, yes, it's a financial funding summit, how we can be able to offer and raise all that money to help those states and that are most affected by climate change. Most of these states are in Africa, in Latin America, and the east of Asia.
Sir, since this year's summit mainly concentrates on financing developing countries to combat, of course, climate change, how might the COP29 bridge the divide between developed and developing nations on climate action and finance, sir?
In order to reduce that gap, we need to have some credibility during the negotiations, not only just a summit after a summit. We are talking about the funding, and until now we didn't find that funding with the values and numbers we asked for. We have seen that the fund, the green fund that was proposed in the previous summit, and the other 3 or 4 funds for funding these projects regarding climate change. Yes, there is a gap, a serious gap between the developed states and developing countries, and we need to find the needed fund. Along that year, this money is not raised yet.
Sir, of course, as the COP29 today is the second day, so we still have a few weeks, a few days, more than we have 2 weeks to discuss this. But now we have to wrap up this episode. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Climate and sustainable development expert Mohammed